In other reports now, students of Sokoto State University have expressed deep appreciation for the intervention of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, describing it as a timely lifeline in the face of rising financial pressure. Well, their gratitude comes in response to the disbursement of student loans and upkeep allowances, part of the government or the federal government's drive to make higher education more accessible. Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, the loan scheme has emerged as one of the most impactful education policies so far. In a video circulating online, the students were seen in a jubilant mood chanting "Nel Fund Power." All right, now to talk about the intervention of the federal government through the Nel Fund initiative, let's speak with the managing director of Nel Fund, Akitunde Sawyer, and he joins me live on the news here in the studio. It's good to see you, Mr. Sawyer. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kemi. It's great to be back here.
Right, and you know, when you go online, there are so many statistics. It's quite tough, and we know that this thing is like, you know, real time, so to speak. Even going to the website, one might not be exactly accurate, looking at the fact that anyone could just be putting in his input at this point on the website.
Yes.
But let's begin with the number of people who have accessed this loan so far. What's the accurate figure right now?
Okay, so the accurate figure as of 9:10 this morning is that we've had 710,000 people who have registered an interest in taking this loan. Of the 710,000, 696,000 have actually taken a further step and made an application. So those are the figures as of this morning. I can go on to tell you that 396,000, just shy of 400,000 students have actually begun to benefit from this loan.
Right.
So I think what the president has put here, I know that in your report you said Nel Fund, and it's great, it is Nel Fund, we're the implementing body, but the person that's really brought hope to this program and to these students is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So we can safely say the intervention is about a year, 3 months, you know, since it started. Is that an accurate?
It's a little bit less than that. We actually started this on the 24th of May. So we opened our portal at Nel Fund on the 24th of May, 2024. So, you know, it's there or thereabouts, you know, June, July, August, we're sort of getting into 13 months, 14 months, but we are there or thereabouts. It's just a little over a year, if you like.
Right. How would you describe the level of response?
So I think at the beginning there was a lot of skepticism. You know, is this real? Is it another government charade? What exactly is going on? People were skeptical. But as you could see from the report you generated up there, I think you had students from Sokoto State University, and also you showed a clip.
And that's just one. If you want to search for responses so far, I think I stumbled on another video this time around from a UniUyo student, also a graduate, so to speak, also you know, giving kudos to the government.
Absolutely. University of Uyo, Ahmadu Bello University as well in Zaria. So there are lots of pockets of students who are receiving benefit and are happy to talk about it. This is inspiring others to apply. So more people apply, more people get the loan. It's been very, very interesting to see the trajectory going up. In the last week or so, we've had about 12,000, between 10 and 12,000 applications. That's unprecedented. The numbers are going higher and higher.
Right. But looking at the figures you reeled out earlier, we seem to have a shortfall of about 200,000 at the least who didn't get successful with their applications. Help us run through the factors that you know, worked against them, so to speak. Okay,
so it's not that they weren't successful. It's just that we have a process. It's a very robust process. We're spending or disbursing government funds. So people apply in large numbers or people register in large numbers. We have a process after that when they apply to really verify that they are bona fide students. And of course, it is only after that, when we've got clarification and confirmation from the institutions that they are who they say they are, and that they are eligible to these loans because they are actually studying at the institution, do we then disburse. So the shortfall you're seeing is not that they were not successful, it's that they are in process.
Really? But, okay, so that's good clarification. So there's hope for them. It's in process, as you say, their process, it's still on, so to speak.
It's still on. There's more than hope for them. Most of them will actually get this loan.
Okay. But eventually, looking at you know, some of the frequently asked questions, there will be, or you're getting ready or foreseeing a time when some applications will not be successful. I think you also need to let Nigerians know how intact their applications must be, what stands, what will work for them and what will not. Sure.
So let me run through that with you very, very quickly. Today, you have to have a JAMB number, a JAMB registration number to get this loan. You have to be Nigerian, you have to have a NIN. You have to have admission or be studying in a federal or state government-owned institution.
Not private.
Not private, at tertiary level. That's universities, polytechnics, colleges of education. You have to have a bank account because we have the option to pay you upkeep. And also we want to be sure that we can access your account in the event that you're self-employed and you're getting lots of money and we can't, we need to be able to know that you are a bona fide person that has need for this loan. Right. You also, as I say, have to be in an institution, so you need to have a matriculation number or an admission number. This application requires some uploads to be made. So the admission letter, for example, or the ID card in certain instances need to be made. Students who do not provide us with the information that we require, that list I just ran through just now, will obviously not be able to get the loan. The other thing I should say is that the institutions are obliged, if they want their students to be able to access the loans, to provide us with data on all the students currently registered in their institutions. If they don't do that, or if the information is inaccurate, or they don't have something like the cost of the course itself, we are unable to process. And the student will see something that says missing information, go back to your institution. So there's a role for the institutions to play. All right.
Well, some feedback that we're also seeing is, okay, first off is there's a perception or observation that there still seems to be some form of advocacy for more Nigerians to buy into the course, really. I wonder what you make of that.
So I think what you're saying is that there needs to be more enlightenment. Is that what you mean?
You agree that there is some form of low enlightenment?
I wouldn't agree with that. Okay. I think we need to recognize that we're in a country with about 230 million people. And as you alluded to earlier, this program has been going for a year. The way you reach people is different as you go from one side of the country to the other. If you overlay on top of that the skepticism because of the let down feeling that people have had over many years, some people will hear a message and will ignore it because they don't believe it. But I think in 13, 14 months, we've actually done remarkably well with 700,000 registrants, 396,000 beneficiaries. I think that's remarkable in a little over a year. So of course, in a country with this many people, you still have to go out and you have to keep telling people that this is out there. We've visited most of the tertiary institutions in this country. I personally have gone to most of the tertiary institutions in this country. I've been to almost every state in Nigeria, but it's going to take more than that. And of course, we're in an ongoing enlightenment process anyway.
Right. And okay, so what continues and all of that, but let's go back to that initial video, the celebration, by the successful applicants. Is it a matter, does it matter that it's still a loan, whether you celebrate or not? What's the catch really in this NEL fund concept? After all, it's a loan that will still be repaid.
Okay, the catch is this. If you do not get an education, you cannot progress with your life. Let me be very specific. If you're going to take a loan to buy anything, you better buy something that cannot be taken away from you. If you buy a watch, it can be repossessed. If you buy a car, it can break down, you can lose it. Eventually, in any event, it will stop working. Once you have knowledge, it cannot be taken away from you. That's why the president talks about the weapon that can defeat poverty. Because once you have the knowledge, it's yours forever. It goes beyond a piece of paper. This loan is interest-free, so there is no interest charged on it. And people don't pay back unless they have a job. until they have a job. This basically means that as far as loans go, this is one of the softest loans you can ever get. 0 interest. 2 years after NYSC is completed is when you even have to consider paying it back. And even then, it is your employer that is obliged to actually make 10% deductions from your salary or wages and pay it back to the NEL fund. The obligation is on the employer to look at our register and see whether you have a loan. I think it's one of the most remarkable things I've seen in terms of providing loans for education anywhere in the world, and I think the president should be commended for this.
All right, it's a safe place to rest our conversation for now. I must stress for now, because we're looking forward to more engagement with you on this initiative. Thanks a lot for your work, Mr. Akitunde Sawyer.
Thank you for having me here, and we will continue to engage. Thank you.
Thank you. You're watching TVC News. There's more in a